Hey, Bell's Palsy here. So today let's talk numbers, a few numbers, data here and there that are important to remember with Bell's Palsy. So the first one would be 7 days, 10 days. That is the normal and most common steroid prescription you will be prescribed by a physician when you end up being seen for Bell's palsy, either at the ER or at your general doctor, or urgent care, generally more likely an ER, as you probably freaked out as to what was happening. So that is the regular course, 7 to 10 days. Please know that in several cases, quite often, and maybe I would say a third of the cases that would eventually take much longer to heal, that diagnosis can be you might be misdiagnosed and you might end up actually truly need steroids for a longer period of time. And same goes with the antiviral. The antiviral, you will be prescribed antivirals depending on several factors. I am a huge advocate of getting the antiviral at first because that would cover in case you're having a more serious case of Bell's palsy or facial paralysis. So if it turns out to be either Ramsayhuntsyndrome syndrome or other type of facial paralysis like zoster synuropathy, you might need antivirals for longer periods of time, and that is always something to be on top of and discuss with your doctor. So if you are within your first, I would say 3 to 4 or 5 weeks, and you finished your course of antivirals and steroids as prescribed by your physician, and you are really struggling and not really seeing any improvement, I would highly suggest that you go back to your doctor, to a otolaryngologist, ENT, a neurologist, and have them make sure that there's no other things that would lead them to diagnose you to those more sinister version of facial paralysis versus Bell's palsy. In those cases, you will need those medications for much longer, and that is something to remember and be on top of. You are your best own advocate when it comes to this, and I would listen to your gut. If you feel like really there's no change, please reach out. Other data, other numbers that goes with this, I would say 3 weeks. If there is absolutely no change for 3 weeks, you need to just do something. Go see somebody else. Go find a neurologist, find a otolaryngologist, find a Bell's palsy specialist physical therapist, somebody that knows and is familiar with those conditions, to make sure that you've been diagnosed appropriately and you are doing all the right thing. You have all the tools to progress. The other numbers I would like to go over would be about 4 to 6 months is when generally, if you have been struggling and have really not seen a change, is generally when you would develop synkinesis. So, and this is why the 3 weeks and acting early on, if you get that taken care of and you're working on the right thing and learning how to prevent synkinesis, it's so important to be proactive and not wait that the synkinesis actually shows up within the first 4 to 6 months. And again, it's not necessary that you're gonna have synkinesis, but a lot of people that tend to have a long-standing Bell's palsy, this is where they're gonna fall. They're gonna fall into developing synkinesis, and that is it is very hard to address and take care of. And do realize this. It's not something you can just flip and switch down just like that overnight. Just like Bell's palsy doesn't improve overnight, the synkinesis is very hard to improve overnight. I would always stay positive though. There's always hope. But the longer you have been dealing with this, the longer it will take to, as long as you're doing the right thing, to reverse it and get better and feel like you are back to close to your normal or back to normal from this debilitating condition that is Bell's palsy. So those were just numbers I wanted to go over with. That's something to really remember, and I will recap. So the dosage, the time frame for getting steroids and antivirals, generally for the steroids, that is for the most part 7 to 10 days, and that depends on a lot of things, and only a physician can decide how much you should get, and that depends on your medical condition. So don't ask me how much you should get. That is a question for your doctor. And then for the antivirals, it's generally about a week that they will give you that, but very often you might need also a much longer course, maybe over the course of several weeks or several months. So again, that is a question for your doctor. The key time frame, the 3 weeks, make sure you are starting to see some improvement at 3 weeks. Again, generally Bell's palsy is a 3 week to 6 month course for most people. So that 3 weeks mark is really important to make sure that it's there's even at least a little bit of change in order to prevent more complication. And then the last one would be the synkinesis. Generally happens around 4 to 6 months. So I hope this was helpful. Please leave me comments and questions right under this video. You can DM me, you can find my contact in my profile, and I will gladly answer. And you have an amazing rest of the day. Good luck with your Bell's palsy. You got this, you can do this. You just need to have the right information to help you, and I hope this is helping. So have a great rest of the night. Bye bye.